So this message is for my family and my friends. Now, first and foremost, Mom, you you have been a big support, actually. I've sent you some song clips and showed you some of my designs, and you've seen me, you know, build all of this also, from a more distant place than like Lacey and Leanna seeing, in person come together. You've seen it through pictures or videos or visit down here and whatnot. And you've heard some of my clips and stuff. And when I done this recent challenge, you was quick to share it with everybody and share it on your Facebook. And even though I was like, hey, look, you might lose some friends over some of them lyrics, and you basically didn't care. You said, look, I'm here to support my son, and they can support my son, or go on, basically. And so that was pretty cool. It was interesting for me, at least. Dad, I haven't really talked with you much about the music stuff. I mean, I make music, and I may have showed you a clip or something here and there, but I don't think you've even been over and seen the studio. And we're constantly busy and on different schedules and stuff, and it just I haven't really showed the musical side of me to many people in the family, and that kind of goes for everybody in the rest of the family list. My brothers, y'all have seen a couple different songs that I've made or whatnot, and you like some of them, you didn't like some of them, and you've seen some of this journey again from a further distance place, as to say. Brandon, now you on the other hand, we've made music together. We've wrote lyrics. You've been the closest one out of the family with me on this journey, and but of course life has gotten in the way for both of us. You started working on the road and constantly gone, and you've become a great man. You've become a great working man, and when we become great working men, well, as Mac, Michael, y'all both become great working men, good, honorable, respectful men, people that I'm proud to have y'all as my brothers and as my family. And as we become these great working men, we tend to let a lot of our passions die, or at least fall to the back burner. As I was saying, Brandon, you love to make music too. You're good at it. I've seen this talent in you long before I ever considered doing it myself. And hopefully one day you'll be in a place to where you'll be able to chase your passion like I'm trying to do. And, I just want to say that I thank all of you for supporting me in what ways you have and what ways you will. It's going to be a crazy ride, but I'm tired of doing the everyday same old, same old. I'm tired of working for somebody else. I want to make music every day. I want to do my passion. I want to write songs. I want to create things. I want to write books. I want to help people. I want to do all of these things, and I'm not going to get there doing what I'm doing now. It's the same thing I tell all of us. Whatever your drive is, your passion is, whether it be Dad, with crypto, or having your own business and doing marketing and these things, or sales or whatnot. And we're currently all working in positions that don't really thrive our passions. It doesn't give us a lot of family time. And I know, there's different dynamics with things. And, well, except for you, Michael, your passion has always kind of been building things and figuring out things. So you're actually in a good spot in your work life, something that you've always been great at. And so we'll excel at, and we'll, make plenty of good income to support your family with and stuff. And, but even yet still, I'm sure there's a part of you that would love to be at that point in life to where, if you wanted to put up your own building, your own shed, your own, carport cover, that you could go out and get the materials and just do that and just be at home, with your family and your kids. And so that's the point that I'm at, is that I'm ready to excel this passion of mine. And I just want to tell you all that I thank you for being here to support me, or not support me. If there's people in the family that don't support what I do, then then that's fine too. That's your personal choice, and that's God gives us that free will, as to say. So, if there's anybody in the family that doesn't support me, well, then we probably don't have a close relationship anyways. So, but to the family members that will undoubtedly enjoy some of my music and enjoy seeing this path unfold, like TT, my Aunt TT, anything that I've showed you, I've only showed you very few things too. I don't even know if you know that I have this music studio with these decorations and stuff and whatnot. But you thought it was awesome, and everybody says, you need to get your stuff out there. You need to push this and promote this, and I've been slowly getting to that point, but I need to get there faster now. I need to get there a lot faster. Me and Lacey moved back to where we're at now, and we've learned a lot of lessons, and we've done a lot of great things, but we've definitely been at a low point. We've been able to help a lot of you in different ways and help ourselves in a lot of different ways, but there's so much more to us. There's so much more with us, and we want to be able to help y'all in much more magnificent ways than we do now. And we've put ourselves in this position way down here when we should already be way up here. And we had to put ourselves in this position to allow these lessons to blossom, because when we get back up here, like we were before when me and her lived abroad, and it's going to be an amazing, beautiful thing. It's going to be a powerful thing. We're going to be able to do so much good, and I'm sure part of each one of you kind of knows that about us, and whether it be you needed help with something to do with schooling, or you needed help with your business, or you needed help with a personal situation, we've always been real good and at helping with many different multitudes of things. At our age of only being 32 years old, we've learned lessons that I see a lot of adults in their 50s still haven't learned and may never learn. And so a lot of people would say we're old souls, or we're this, or we're that, and that's all great. But I just look at it as that we have a great connection with God, and He has blessed us with many things on this path. Everything from knowledge to the beauty of life with our beautiful daughter, and all of these things. And so there's a lot more specifics I wanted to say in these videos. And as I even sit here and think about it, it's better just to show it. It's better to show y'all what I'm capable of, and remind everybody what I'm capable of. Everybody's seen my change and witnessed my change, whether you've been close to the change or not. You've all seen me change, and a lot of us have grown closer together over the years, and a lot of us have grown further apart. And as I'm saying this, I'm more or less bleeding into the friends aspect of this video too. I don't have many friends anymore. As I continue to grow up, a lot of them didn't, and a lot of them got left behind, mentally in my reality. And they're still doing the same things. They're still riding around getting drunk. They're still riding around hanging out, getting high, leaving their kids at home, not taking their kids to the park. And that taking your kids to the park doesn't make you a great father, or whatever the case is. But if you're riding around still doing the same teenage things at 30 years old, getting drunk, hanging out when you've got your kids at home, and you could be sitting there playing, the game of life, or Monopoly, or Connect Four with your child, or watching an educational video, or just doing a project, just anything, then that kind of teeter-totters on the line, at least for me, because I gave all of that stuff up. And so I have very few friends left. But to the few of you that I do have, you have all been involved in this musical journey in some way, whether it be that I've sent you clips that you gave me feedback on, or you know, John, whether you've come over here and made a beat or whether you haven't come over here and made a beat, you know, and all of these things, you know, you've all offered help in some way with this, whether it be the greatest of help or the minuscule of help. You know, you've all offered a part, you've all played a part in this. You know, Trey, Trey has motivated me from the beginning when I started building this shed, you know, putting all this together. You know, he's been the one like, we got to get in there, we got to do this, you got to put your stuff out there, and you know, and he told me something one time that has stuck with me. And he basically said, you know, he's got all these heartfelt songs, these songs about, you know, his mom or a family member or life in general, you know, or his children. And he wants to release these things. And his current position in life, you know, I'm the one that can help him release these things. You know, I have this booth back here, I have the microphone, I have these things, these tools and this knowledge, this wisdom, even though I'm not great at mixing or great at this or even setting up the recording and stuff. You know, I have the tools and the knowledge to help him release this and present this to the universe. You know, and he basically said one day, you know, he was having a conversation with someone, and they said, why aren't you putting any of these stuff out, these songs you write? And he said he's waiting on me. And I think about all of us in life. You know, I think about the times that, you know, I've made calls on things of, you know, whether it be a stock or a crypto, and I've, you know, watched people, you know, Dad, you know, me and crypto and me and stocks, you know, you watched the rise of many times of things I've picked, and, you know, the big sums of money that have come from it and big sums that I've let slide away, you know, that me and Lacey has made decisions that we're not ready for that type of money yet, you know, and them are hard decisions. And a lot of times, you know, when we get into struggles, we kick ourselves and say, man, we wish we'd have took that 50 grand, or man, we wish we would have put that $100 in that, and we'd have made that $700,000, you know, because then we'd have done this, and then when that hit, we'd have done this, and you know, all of these things would have happened. But if we'd have done that, we wouldn't have learned so many lessons that came from not doing that, you know, from the hardships that came of passing up $50,000 to eating peanut butter sandwiches a few months later. You know, and them are the type of events in life and lessons in life that will truly break people, that'll break them spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, you know, and just break your will. But it hasn't broke ours. And I can't say that it hasn't weakened us. We've been in a place of weakness for a few years. But we're going to come out of that. We're going to come out of that so strong. And so I thank all of you for supporting me in the ways you do and the ways you will. And I want you all to know that I'm here. You know, no matter what's said or what you see, it's still me. And it'll always be me. And for the ones of you that haven't supported me, the further that I rise, you will stay where you're at least as far as in our aspect of things. So I thank all of you from the deepest part of my heart that has even, you know, said something nice about a clip that I've done, gave me criticism, gave me feedback, even if it was negative criticism, because them are the things I need to know. I need honest opinions. And everybody that I've named in this, and everybody that I haven't named, but you know who you are, you know your connection with me, and you know how deep that connection is, or how strong that bond is. You know whether you talk behind my back or whether you help me when I'm down. And so, to those of you who have, again, I appreciate that. And to those of you who have not, then just remember that you have not.